Listen carefully from the very beginning, because this story is designed to test your judgment rather than give you answers. Every action, every silence, and every moral choice hides meaning beneath the surface. As the story unfolds, clues will appear quietly, not loudly. Your role is to observe closely and decide who the real criminal is before the end. Chapter 1. 2 names, one morning. The hall was filled with restrained applause as the announcer spoke the name Officer Tanya Morgan, honoring her bravery after death. Her photograph stood beneath a soft light, showing a calm face that seemed almost detached from the praise echoing through the room. The citation spoke of sacrifice and duty, of a woman who gave her life so others could live, and the audience listened with respectful silence. At the same time, across the city, another name dominated headlines for entirely different reasons: Aaron Clark. A senior superintendent, once celebrated for solving impossible cases, was being escorted into a courthouse in handcuffs. Reporters shouted questions that went unanswered, while news banners labeled him a disgrace to law enforcement. One officer was remembered as a hero, while the other was already being judged as a criminal. Inside the courtroom, Aaron's lawyer requested 48 hours to prove that the charges were built on deliberate misunderstanding. He argued that Aaron's safety depended on being placed in central prison, not local custody, because too many people inside the system wanted him dead. The judge approved the request, and Aaron was taken away without resistance, his expression unreadable. That same evening, a frightened woman arrived at a police station carrying nothing but a blanket. She reported that her 9-month-old daughter had disappeared without warning, leaving behind a silence that felt heavier than any evidence. The officer taking the report noted every detail carefully, unaware that this complaint would soon connect events that seemed impossible to link. Chapter 2. The Prison That Remembers. Central Prison greeted Aaron Clark with quiet hostility. Inmates recognized him instantly, not as a fellow prisoner, but as the man responsible for their confinement. Hatred followed him down the corridors, patient and dangerous, waiting for opportunity rather than acting on impulse. That opportunity almost came on the first night, when several prisoners surrounded him with intent that needed no explanation. Before anything could happen, an older inmate intervened, pulling Aaron into his cell with unexpected authority. This man, feared by many and questioned by few, placed a knife into Aaron's hand and offered protection without explanation. When the cell door closed, the man finally asked why someone like Aaron Clark had ended up behind bars. Aaron did not answer immediately. He sat down slowly, as though the weight of memory had become physical, and then he began to speak. His story did not start with the crime he was accused of committing. It began much earlier, in a forest where no one was watching. Chapter 3. The First Line Crossed. Years earlier, deep within a remote forest, Aaron stood beneath a towering tree while a large scavenger bird circled above him. He tossed pieces of meat onto the ground, observing the creature descend with hunger-driven precision. Only then did he turn toward the man hanging upside down from the branch, restrained and helpless. Aaron did not shout or threaten. He worked with unsettling calm, recording every moment with deliberate care. When it was over, he packed his equipment and left the body suspended, not as a message to the world, but as proof for something far darker. Days later, Aaron reported for duty at the homicide division of a coastal city where he had recently been transferred. His new team welcomed him professionally, though curiosity lingered beneath formal greetings. Among them was Detective Laura Hayes, whose sharp observation skills quickly picked up on Aaron's unusual composure. His silence felt measured rather than absent, and his calm appeared controlled rather than natural. When news broke of a body found hanging upside down in a nearby forest, Aaron led the investigation himself. He examined the scene with flawless professionalism, guiding his team toward conclusions that concealed more than they revealed. Laura noticed details he redirected and questions he avoided, filing them away quietly rather than confronting him directly. At home, Aaron lived with his father, Richard Clark, a man worried that his son's emotional distance would eventually destroy him. Believing marriage to be the solution, Richard took matters into his own hands and arranged a meeting through an online matchmaking platform. Posing as Aaron, that decision introduced Mira Lewis into Aaron's life. Chapter 4. Trust and Doubt. Mira was disciplined, intelligent, and worked in law enforcement training. When she and Aaron met, their conversation was direct and surprisingly comfortable. Unlike others, she did not recoil from his bluntness or challenge his moral certainty. Over time, their connection deepened, grounded more in understanding than romance. While this relationship grew, Aaron returned to the forest. Another man was suspended from a tree. Another recording made with the same methodical precision. This time, however, Aaron was not alone. Lavra followed him. She confronted him with her weapon drawn, disbelief shaking her resolve. Aaron disarmed her quickly but did not flee. Instead, he finished what he had begun while she watched, unable to reconcile the man she respected with the act unfolding before her. When Lavra accused him of becoming the very thing he hunted, Aaron finally explained himself. The men he killed were predators who had destroyed lives and walked free due to influence and systemic failure. He had tried to bring them to justice legally, only to watch cases collapse under pressure. Lavra stood at the edge of an impossible decision. She did not turn him in, choosing instead to watch and wait, believing she could still stop him if necessary. That choice would follow her relentlessly. Chapter 5. The Pattern Beneath the Violence. Aaron's actions were not born from impulse but from investigation. Years earlier, in a northern region, he had encountered a case involving a body hanging upside down, organs missing, and the execution recorded. The pattern repeated itself, leading him to uncover a hidden network operating beyond conventional crime. A symbol appeared repeatedly, carved into skin and etched into weapons. 3 letters formed a signature that pointed towards something larger than any single killer. Aaron learned that the network existed online, recruiting individuals through ritual violence and rewarding brutality with belonging. Membership required proof through recorded murders, following a strict pattern designed to filter those willing to cross irreversible lines. The killings were not random, they were instructions. As Aaron dug deeper, he uncovered the true motive. Victims were terrorized deliberately so their bodies would produce specific chemical responses. Certain organs were harvested and trafficked internationally, sold to pharmaceutical interests willing to profit from fear. When Aaron attempted to expose this through official channels, the investigation was buried, witnesses disappeared, suspects died in custody, and files vanished without explanation. The system he served refused to act. That was when Aaron decided to infiltrate the network from within. Chapter 6. Becoming the Enemy. To reach the architects of the operation, Aaron did what the network demanded. He killed 2 men whose crimes had already gone unpunished, recorded the acts, and submitted the evidence. The network accepted him without question. With Laura's quiet assistance, Aaron monitored activity and intercepted communications. One upload caught their attention, revealing a single incomplete initiation murder linked to another city. They knew a second killing was coming and managed to stop it, saving a life without exposing Aaron's cover. Soon after, Aaron received an invitation to a private gathering, a meeting of the network's inner circle. He sought authorization from Director Nathan Cole, who approved the operation under strict secrecy and assigned a special observer to the team. That observer was Mira. She revealed that she had admired Aaron long before their first meeting, inspired by his uncompromising stance on justice. Despite the danger, she volunteered, believing the mission mattered more than her fear. The team traveled together, tension growing with every mile. Chapter 7. Inside the darkness. At the meeting site, identities were stripped away. New members wore identical clothing, reduced to obedience rather than individuality. A ritual began, ending with a captive being executed in front of the group. Reinforcing loyalty through shared guilt, Aaron observed carefully, exploring the compound unnoticed. He discovered hidden rooms filled with captives waiting their turn. Among them was a 9-month-old child, the same child reported missing days earlier. Before Aaron could act, his support team was misled into raiding the wrong location. One officer was captured, and suspicion fell upon the newcomers. The group's leader, known only as Alpha, ordered them to fight each other to expose any infiltrator. Aaron fought without hesitation, his brutality surpassing expectations. Alpha noticed and grew wary. To confirm his suspicions, Alpha ordered Aaron to kill the captured officer. Aaron refused to kill, choosing instead to beat the man severely, convincing Alpha of his loyalty without crossing that final line. Later, alone with the officer, Aaron promised that everyone would be saved. He intended to keep that promise. Chapter 8. Sacrifice in Silence. What followed was devastation. Aaron dismantled the operation from within, using their own violence against them. Backup forces arrived, guided by a tracking signal hidden on a scavenger bird Aaron had trained long before. The compound fell, and Alpha was captured before dying. Alpha revealed the truth about the true mastermind, a man who controlled everything from behind bars. A man Aaron already knew. The story returned to the prison cell. The older inmate smiled, understanding at last. Aaron used the knife he had been given, ending the source of the network's power quietly and finally. Days later, the missing child was reunited with her mother. Official records named Aaron Clark a criminal, his actions too controversial to acknowledge. Officer Tanya Morgan's sacrifice was honored publicly, though few knew she had swapped cell numbers to save the child's life. Aaron disappeared from public record, leaving behind questions no report could answer. You have followed every choice, every silence, and every hidden motive. Who do you think the criminal was? Share your view in the comments.